The 2025 London Marathon is just around the corner and we are so excited to get out on course for this year's race. Here at the Running Channel HQ, we have run the course over 15 times, so we have a lot of wisdom and experience to share with you guys today. Join me as I take you on a trip around the course to share our top tips for London Marathon weekend.
You might be thinking, Jess, what are you doing running? The marathon's tomorrow. Well, our first top tip is to make sure that you use that last 24 hours before the race to embed that routine and make sure you're taking as much stress out of race day morning as possible. Now, we would recommend to doing a 10 to 20 minute shakeout run and then spending big chunks of the rest of the day off your feet. Right, I think that's enough of that. On the one hand, you might want to use this opportunity to start binge watching a series, maybe call a friend, or do some of those tasks that you can do sitting down that will take your mind off the impending events that are coming on Sunday. On the other hand, though, make sure you're getting in lots of fuel and maybe even double checking your kit for race day. Now, we all know a kit lay is perfect for a photo op, but it's also very good for practical reasons to make sure that you have everything you need. You can also refer back to it to make sure that in your mind, you're confident you have everything. Check the weather to see if you need to add anything in, like coats, sun cream, hats, and then make sure that you've got all your playlists downloaded, all your devices are charged, and all of your alarms are set. That way, you've got all the assurance you need to make sure that come race day, you just need to show up and run.
Having a smooth journey is the sure way to boost your confidence and make sure that you're ready for race day, but we would recommend that you get public transport. This is because many roads around London will be closed for the marathon, so the best way to get to the start line is by tube or train. Take a look at the Transport for London Journey Planner or an app like City Mapper to figure out your best route to your nearest station. Run the search again on Saturday evening in case there are any last-minute service changes that might affect your journey. On race day, runners will be able to travel on TfL services without any charge by showing a race bib to the gate staff. Make the most of the services available for a stress-free journey.
Bear in mind that assembly zones are about 10 to 15 minute walk from both Blackheath or Greenwich Station. And also if you're coming from Greenwich like us, it's a bit uphill on the way there, so just take it easy up those hills.
This hill, by the way.
We would recommend that you bring someone with you to the start line because even though they can't actually come into the pen with you, they can carry some of your belongings and lighten the load a little bit to rest your legs and body before your race starts.
If you're thinking I'm looking a bit lonely, don't worry, on race day you'll be surrounded by so many runners all going the same way as you, so you can ask them for directions as well. With all of this taken care of, you should be well equipped to get to the start of the London Marathon. A top tip from one of our club members was to make dropping your bag off one of the first things that you do. This is going to free you up to do all your stretches and your warm up and everything else you might need to do. Maybe go to the toilet, but just make sure that you haven't dropped anything like nutrition, clothing, or anything else that you're going to need for the race itself. Due to the huge operation that the organisers and volunteers are putting on, it's likely you're going to be waiting about another hour before you actually start the race. So there's a few things you might have to hold on to after you've dropped your bag. Firstly, toilet roll. Make sure you go to the toilet a few times and you don't want to be caught short. Secondly, a water bottle, a disposable one, and make sure you don't drink too much, but around 500 ml before you start should be fine. And thirdly, bring a layer that you want to give away to charity as you're about to start the race. Don't worry, Andy, I won't give this one away, don't worry. Another pointer for first timers is that there's 3 different start areas. Now it sounds complicated, but don't overthink it. The start area corresponds to your bib colour, which is going to be blue, green or red. And also there's going to be lots of volunteers along the way and other runners, so don't be afraid to ask them any questions. As your start time approaches, keep calm and listen out for any instructions. The blue and green start groups will merge at mile 1 and the red start group will join just before mile 3. From here, the next few miles along Woolwich Road are some of the quietest in terms of crowds and support and can feel a little bit chaotic due to how many runners are all moving together.
In the first few miles of the race, make sure that you don't go off too fast. Our top tip is to have the courage to do the first mile at your slowest. Now, since it's so busy, you might have to walk or slow down a little bit in this first few miles, but don't worry, it's actually quite a nice chance to calm yourself down from all that excitement and adrenaline, and also you've got plenty of time to gain this time back as you've got quite a long way to go in a marathon. We are here at the first major landmark, which is a Cutty Sark. Now this is about a quarter of the way through, so just over 10 kilometres, and at this point you should be feeling nice and settled into that pace. Now the support here is incredible, so this leads us nicely into our next top tip, which is to enjoy yourself. This is such a cool race.
Everyone running alongside you will have their own reason for being on that start line. So whatever your motivation is, focus on it now. Write it on your arm maybe. Is it getting a PB? Is it raising money for charity? Or is it simply enjoying the experience of this incredible race? Whatever it is, focus in on it when it starts to get tough, because this is what's going to drive you to the end of the race. Embrace the crowds that make this event famous and let them power you through the next few miles as you head towards Deptford, Surrey Quays, Canada Water and into Bermondsey. That's miles 7 to 12. Supporting crews. Make sure you check in with your runners to find out where on the course they'd like your support the most. Organise a side of the road and a broad area to maximise the chances of a successful cheer. cheer. The London Marathon have published a handy spectator guide, out our Ultimate Guide article, where our editor Mark has offered his favourite spots to catch runners at multiple points around the course. Let us know in the comments, what are your favourite spots to watch the race from? You're going to be running up on that bridge there. How cool is that? It's honestly my favourite part. Coming through mile 12, we are in the most iconic part of the race, which is Tower Bridge. Now this leads us into our next top tip, which is to know the course so well that you know where all your water and nutrition is going to be. While each kilometre and mile will be marked by flags, we'd recommend structuring your pace and nutrition strategies around time or distinct landmarks in case you encounter GPS issues or miss the flags amidst the countless distractions on the day. There are 12 water stations along the course, all within 1 to 3 miles of each other, so maybe think twice before packing a hydration vest for the race. It's a good idea to plan your nutrition around these stations so you can wash any gels or snacks down with a quick drink of water. Lucozade Sport is available at zones in mile 7, 15, 21 and 23, and energy gels at mile 14 and 19. The aid stations are sure to be busy and often become a little bit of a traffic jam around the first set of tables. A top tip to not get caught up and slowed down would be to move further down the depot, where there'll be more room and volunteers to offer you fuel and hydration. Portaloos are located every mile, with accessible ones every either mile until mile 24. But remember not to try anything new, nutrition-wise, as you don't know how it's going to react with your body.
After Tower Bridge, you have hit the halfway mark, and after a few miles, you're going to be going into the, let's say, lesser favourable area of the course, the Isle of Dogs. But don't worry, miles 15 to 18 are a bit quieter, but this is a great chance to focus in on more technical aspects. So think about how you're feeling, focus in on have you fueled yourself properly. What are those motivational factors that we spoke about before that are keeping you going? Maybe even try listening to some music.
Listening to music is also a great way to motivate you through any sections of the course where support might be a bit thinner. Have a few different playlists at the ready so you can easily switch the vibe to whatever suits you at that moment. Make sure these are downloaded to your device and pinned somewhere prominent so you can make sure that you do those changes really swiftly and on the go. You might also want to consider only wearing one earpiece, or investing in a pair of headphones that are open ear, or offer a transparency mode to make the most of the vocal support offered by the crowds.
If there are parts of the course that are a little bit quieter or that you didn't perhaps enjoy as much, don't worry. After the race, if you're anything like me, you won't remember those parts. All you're going to remember is the great feeling or the cheering of everyone around you, or all those nice spots that you really enjoyed during the race. So everything else you can block out afterwards, don't worry about it. We are through the Isle of Dogs and now we're here in Canary Wharf, so you're officially in the last third of the race. You're also probably very well aware of the last 18 miles that you put your legs through. So the last thing you want is for anything to interfere with that very meticulously planned out race plan.
While modern technology is great and does an amazing job at overcoming this challenge on the whole, the combination of skyscrapers, crowds and 50,000 runners making their way through the streets means that it's pretty common to experience some connection issues. This may show as unregistered distance or your GPS devices showing abnormally fast or slow paces. If you're unlucky enough to be affected by this problem, do not panic. In fact, we'd recommend to anyone coming through this section, whether affected or not, to hold up your head and enjoy the crowds and atmosphere. Pay attention to the mile and kilometre signage and understand that any time lost or gained in this area can be accounted for in the remainder of the race. After the 20-mile marker, you're finally heading back in the direction of the finish line. From here, you're on a pretty much straight course all the way to the finish with some of the best support and cheer zones in the world. Passing through the Tower of London and running back along the River Thames, you are now well and truly on the home straight. Keep an eye out for around mile 24, where you will find our very own running channel cheer squad. And as you see embankment on your right, you literally only have 1 mile left to go. Well, at this part of the race, you won't be feeling your fastest or fittest. We would encourage you to look up and enjoy the atmosphere around you. This area is famous for its party atmosphere, for the amazing cheer zones and earlier finishers, all there to cheer you along those final steps of the race. The water station just after Blackfriars Bridge is your last opportunity to visit an aid station, so we would recommend that you pick up a water bottle to carry you through the last 2 miles of the race. And on race day, here will be your grand finale. Running up to the finish line on the mile is one of the most spectacular experiences a runner can enjoy. Make sure you find some space on this final effort, dig deep, listen to the crowd and leave everything on this road. Congratulations, you are now a London Marathon finisher. It's now time to head to the meet and greet area, collect your drop bag, collect that medal and make sure you thank all those volunteers who have helped to make this event possible. The parade square will be set up as a meeting zone indicated by letter. Most people head to the name or surname letter, but we'd recommend you go to U, X, Y or Z, as these will be much less busy and easier to find your cheer squad. We would recommend pre-booking somewhere for food and drink after the race, as places do tend to get booked up. Top tip from us is to go north of the course, as this tends to be slightly less crowds. But more excitingly is that you should head to the clubhouse, which is going to have so many exciting things going on, including a recovery zone, selling our merch, free coffee, and of course, you will get to see me there as well. To round things off, I just wanted to wish everyone taking part a huge good luck in the London Marathon from all of us here at the Running Channel, because it really is one of our favourite days of the year, and we can't wait to be behind you every step of the way. Are you taking on the marathon this year? We hope you found this video super useful, but if we have missed any tips, please do let us know in the comments, as we would love to hear from you as well.